Welcome everyone, Pablo from Style Systems, your image consultant. And if you want to learn how to eliminate all self-doubt, stay tuned and don't forget to visit stylesystems.net. Welcome everybody to another video here for my YouTube. In this video I want to share with you some steps, some very simple steps, actual steps that you can apply on an instant to eliminate all self-doubt. Every single doubt that you have about yourself or about something that you are going to do, follow these steps. I guarantee you, if you apply them, which they are very fucking simple by the way, you can be watching this video and actually think already, oh, okay, I understand how I'm going to apply it. And then the next day, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight, depending on where you're looking at, this where you're from. By the way, if this is the first time you ever come across one of my YouTube videos, my name is Pablo Rivera Espinosa Los Monteros. That's right, it's a long ass name, and I am an image consultant. Image is not as simple as you may think. Some people think it's just fashion, but it is not just about that. But anyway, we will leave that for another video. I will leave it on the description box, and I will I've done a video explaining what image consulting is, so I will leave you a little box over here. All right, so moving forward, thank you by the way for watching this. All right, is how to eliminate self-doubt. Right, you can actually start right now. The first step, all right, before I get into the number one step, is, do you already know that when you have self-doubt or when you're doubting too much, you get freeze, you get frozen, you don't do anything, and you don't let others do things, you don't let the flow of the things to take over, and you don't do anything to prevent them from happening. It's like you're paralyzed. Either it's because you're scared or a number of things that I'm gonna tell you right now in a moment as I progress on this video. But when you have these doubts, you're not being true to yourself, to your true potential. You have potential. You can do so many different things, and basically you're selling yourself too short, right? You are literally saying, okay, let's say that, oh my God, I'm looking for a hat, right? I'm looking for a hat. I'm looking for the best hat. Well, this is not the best hat that I have, but okay, I'm looking for a hat. Can anybody tell me where can I find a hat? Like, this is the number one thing that I want in my life. And actually, I want to start out my own business of selling hats because I love hats. When you have doubts, you're like, oh, how am I going to do it? Please, somebody. It's different ways to approaching this. One way is you look for the answer outside of you. You're like, please, somebody show me. And this can be a little bit tricky. Yes, there are consultants, there are coaches, there are certain people that can only make you more aware of the hat that you're holding in your own hand, right? How many times did this happen to you? Where's my cell phone? Where are my keys? And you have it in your hands. You see, that's what happens. Most of the times with every problem that we have, the moment a problem arises in our lives, the solution is right next to it, and we see it even in nature. And this is exactly what is happening. When you are doubting, you're judging, you are clouding your judgment, right? You can't see things clearly for what they truly are. You can't realize that you have a hat and you had it all over your fucking lap. It's right there in your hand. But because you're doubting, you're like, well, maybe you're not even aware of it. Or the other phase is that maybe you are aware of this hat, but you think it's not good enough, right? It's like, well, yeah, but this is a piece of shit hat. Look at this. I mean, nobody's gonna like this hat because, why would anybody like this hat? No, I'd rather have another hat so I can sell it, and I think that hat is prettier than mine. I mean, your hat is way better than mine, right? This is not actually even a hat. I wouldn't even call it a hat. You see what I'm saying? You see my point by now. Doubting and doubts, it's like fog. I don't know if you've ever come across some fog when you're driving. You can't see clearly, right? You can't see where you're going. Sometimes when the fog is really thick, you can't even see the car that is, 10 feet from you or even lesser. You can't see the things outside of you. You can't see shit. You're basically just like, you have to go very slow because otherwise it's very dangerous for you, and you have to have your lights very bright. So basically when you are doubting yourself, or when you have doubts on an idea, or maybe you're an entrepreneur, you want to open up your own business, you want to do something, you want to record yourself, you're going very slow. Maybe you already know exactly what you need to do, but because you have doubts, you're going very, very slow. Like, I'm not so sure. You take one step forward, two steps back. You're going backwards, right? So with that being said, I think you already understand the point that I'm trying to make, right? The step number one to eliminate all doubt, whether it's self-doubt or any other doubt, is just fucking do it. All right? Follow Nike's advice and say just do it. I know it sounds very simple, oversimplified, right? It sounds almost kind of corny, and it is like what everyone tells you to do. But I guarantee you, if you just fucking do it, when you are, I don't know, you go to the beach, and maybe there's a pool over there, or maybe you want to jump into the ocean, if you start asking everyone, how's the water? Excuse me, sir, how's the water? You're gonna have different opinions. Someone may say, well, it's very fucking cold. Someone may say, oh, it's very dangerous. I wouldn't get in if I were you. Another person might tell you, oh, it's so pleasant. It's actually kind of hot and warm. It's beautiful. Get inside. Unless you experience it on your own, it is your own experience what is going to dictate whether you're doing something right or wrong. Because you can get the opinions and the advice of everyone, but that's their own perception. That's how they filter the pool or ocean. You have to get inside of the ocean. You have to get wet. You have to actually jump into it to realize whether if it was for you or not. So my point right now is just fucking do it. If you're doubting something right now in your life, maybe you are about to, you want to, I don't know, man, you want to talk to a person, you want to talk to a girl, you want to get a different job, you want to change your job, you want to, I mean, depending on the scale of it, right? It could be something very huge, very big, which is why you don't want to do it. You're kind of hesitant on doing it, or it could be something very small. So that leads me to the second step. Make a habit out of the first step. Just fucking do things, right? Making decisions on an instant. Let me give you an example. When I was doing this, I implemented all these things that I'm sharing with you guys right now. You know, when you go to the restaurant, I would take my time because I used to work as a chef. I used to work in Spain. I actually work in a 2 Michelin star restaurant, but that's for another video. And actually, I think I've already done a video on that. I don't know. Anyway, if you find it, let me know. All right, guys. I would take my time, right? Like, oh, what do I feel like today? Well, you know, I want to take this, and I want to sip this wine, and I would actually, you know, like a connoisseur, take my time. When I started saying and implementing the elimination of self-doubt and being super decisive and making shit happen, I would say, okay, I would just look at a whole menu and be like, okay, I like this. I don't even know if I like it or not. I didn't even know if I actually wanted it or not. Maybe there was something else that I wanted even more, but go with it, all right? If you make a decision, you just fucking do it. You don't overthink it. You don't overthink. That's the problem. You overthink. Why? Because you have so many different options. You have this, you have that, and then you allow your mind to be thinking, to jump into conclusions, to jump into the future and be like, okay, maybe, okay, this is going to be served with this, and maybe I like this. No, but you know, maybe I will appreciate this more. Maybe I will like this more. And I mean, translate that into business. Translate that into other things in your own life, right? Apply it into your own life. Make an exercise, an example. What is going to happen if I talk to that girl? What is going to happen if I go and ask for a raise? What is going to happen? You start creating these scenarios in your mind, and then you start creating so many different options that, guess what? That's why you start creating so many doubts, and you are paralyzed again. So you say you're gonna do something, you just fucking do it. You don't even thinking. You're almost like you're dumb, right? Like almost like you're stupid, and you're like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Whoop. You know, like the example of your mom always. Our moms always used to say, oh, if your friends tell you to jump off the bridge, would you do it? You know, I would even fucking do it. I don't care. You know, basically like that. You have to be so obsessed with, okay, I'm just gonna fucking do it, and that's it. Hey, Pablito, but you don't want to know the consequences of it? Now, fuck it. I'll deal with that later. I will allow the Pablo of the future to deal with the consequences later. Right now, who I am right now, I need to make a decision, and I will not concentrate on the future. I will just do it now. Be present in the moment, and I will do it and just fucking do it. But I know that sometimes, because it is like a muscle, right? You don't do it enough times. So if you go to the gym and you want to lift, I don't know, 500 pounds, of course you're not going to be able to fucking do it, right? You start with 10 and 20 and you progressively, organically get stronger because you're using the muscles. It's the same thing with making decisions and eliminating self-doubt and eliminating doubts, right? You have to make a habit. Point number 2 is you have to make a habit out of doing these things in small chunks. When you go to a restaurant, when you say you're gonna wake up at 6 a.m., you fucking do it, right? Even if you are sleepy throughout the rest of the day, but you are creating shortcuts in your mind to be able to say and rewire your brain to say, I can do the things that I put my mind into it, right? I can do the things that I actually believe in. I can actually change. I can actually make shit happen. So make a habit out of that. And then step number 3 is also how you see yourself. Now that's what I'm all about. Being an image consultant is about how you perceive yourself and how you perceive this video, how you perceive a product, whatever, so on, so on, so on. So if you have a very low self-esteem, that's basically what I mean, right? The point number 3 is your self-esteem. How you see yourself. If you have a low self-esteem, of course you're going to be doubting yourself all the time. You're going to be doubting every single step that you take, every single decision, every single word that comes out of your mouth, because you'll be like, well, I'm just a horrible, stupid person. Nobody wants to listen to me. Nobody wants to be with me. Like, I'm not that good. Right? You wake up in the morning, you see in your mirror, you're like, I'm not that good looking. Oh my God. So of course you're going to be doubting all the time. Even if you have the talents to do something, you want to create something new. You want to create a new relationship. You want to create more money, or be more abundant and make a shift in your professional career. If you doubt yourself, it's because it has to do with your self-esteem, with the self-image that you have. How you see yourself in the mind first. If you have maybe some things that you have not worked on, maybe like you're fat and you are probably not fat, or you're not as fat as you think you are, or maybe you're too short and you're not as short as you think you are, because this is going to lead me to the next step, all right? But we'll leave that for a moment. If you have that opinion of yourself in your mind, it's gonna, guess what? It's gonna get manifested on the outside, because whatever you hold in your mind for a certain period of time, it gets manifested on the outside. That's just what it is. This is alchemy. This is one of the first laws of the universe, of the cosmos. The universe is mental. Study the Kybalion and the laws of Hermes, right? Study that. I'll guarantee you that it will blow you away. It will blow your mind away. Anyway, so what are some practical things that you can do to shift and change and start improving your self-esteem and to see yourself in a different way? How you look at yourself? Well, fashion, my friends. Fashion, grooming yourself. Pamper yourself. If you have a beard, oil that beard. If when you go to the shower, spend some good money on quality shampoos and smell good. Get a nice cologne. Shine your shoes. Press your shirts. Wear a suit. Wear something that makes you feel like you stand taller. It makes you feel proud when you look at yourself in the mirror. You're like, well, I look good. Well, maybe if you think like, well, I'm just an ugly person, but when you put on a phenomenal suit or a great dress with a pair of stilettos, maybe for a brief period of time, just a short gap gets created, and you're like, whoa, I actually look kind of nice, right? I see this every day with my clients all the time. They have an opinion of themselves. When I work with them, when we go shopping, and when I work in their wardrobe and I start doing my magic, I can see the magic happen in front of their own eyes and in front of my own eyes. They're like, whoa, I didn't know I could look like this. Look at me. Oh, and you can see the smile in their faces. So start improving with your fashion. What are some things? What are some little details that you can be applying? Maybe wearing a handkerchief. Do something different that can get you outside of your comfort zone and make you more presentable. Make you look proud about who you are, right? That will start to it's as within so is without. Well, as without so is within. That will start to improve your self-esteem, because if you every day you look at yourself as being someone very sharp, you look clean, you look beautiful, eventually your mind will have no other choice but to accept that image in the mirror. Be like, oh, okay, if I'm looking like that, that's probably because maybe I am that. All right, maybe I am that person that is in the mirror. Oh my God! And then all of a sudden, your self-image, which in the brain, in the mind, starts to shift, and you buy that image, that great image. All right. And then the last point that I want to give you is comparison. Sometimes you doubt yourself. Sometimes you doubt. I wouldn't even say sometimes. I would say a lot of the times, 99.999% of the times, you don't take action, and you procrastinate, and you doubt yourself and the things that you want to do because you are comparing yourself to other people, right? You're comparing this YouTube channel with the other YouTube channel. If I was comparing myself to other YouTube channels, I would probably never do another fucking video because I know that my videos are not the best in quality. And you see, already my brain starts to create excuses. I'm like, well, yes, my camera is not the best, my light is not the best, my background is not the best, the noise that you have from the fucking Mexico City, and it's like, come on, man, I start doubting myself, and all of a sudden I'm just gonna stop doing my videos, right? Next time I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna do it, or I'm gonna be hesitant on doing it because I'm comparing myself to that person. And of course, if you're really smart, you'll understand that all of the points that I'm sharing with you right now, they all connect. Right? If I'm comparing myself to another person, it's because I have a low opinion of me or a low self-esteem, and I probably think that they're better than me and this and that, and instead of just doing it, even if it's a very shitty video, right? Go back to my old videos. See the very first video that I created for this channel. It's shitty as fuck. Even my communication is shitty as fuck. Me, like everything, right? So it connects with the idea that you don't take a lot of quick decisions on a daily basis, which means that muscle is very weak, so you don't put it into work, you don't work it out. So that's why you blah 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 blah, and all the points that I just gave you. All right, so I know this was a very long video. I appreciate if you waited and you actually saw all this video. Thank you, especially if this is the first time you come across to one of my videos. Remember that this is Pablo Espinosa Los Monteros, your image consultant, and I created my own company, Style Systems, where we deal with everything, not just myself but other consultants. We deal with everything with image, interior design, graphic design, digital image, advertising, of course, fashion, and so many different things. All right, and if you are more interested in learning about everything that I'm doing right now, just go to stylesystems.net, because I have some gifts for you over there about your style. People think they know about style, but they don't know anything about it. So I have a gift for you over there, a product that I developed myself. And also, if you want to learn specifically for me and my teachings that have nothing to do with being an image consultant, but more about my psyche, and I'm spiritual, I'm into entrepreneurship, I'm into money and mindset, and about so many different things, then go to fashionmatrix.vip, because it's only for the VIP, and I have a couple of gifts for you over there, totally free. All right, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to pay for a subscription, whatever. You just get a free month, because I want you to see the possibilities within this knowledge that I have, that I've gathered for more than 15 years. I want to share it with you. All right, so you'll get a free ebook, and you'll get a free month of a program that I created. All right, so that's it for today. Keep sending me your questions, leave me your comments, this, that, and of course, like I always say, is be the best version of yourself. Don't compare to anybody else. Whatever you are, whatever that means to you, just be the best fucking version of it. All right, see you on the next one.